Hello, everybody. Monica, I'm doing a show. I typically do games. That's kind of because that's we're gonna try to spread this out over hours. Come and go. That's fine. I know I have 5 messages. Watch me so I can get my viewer numbers up, which is but just be able to something that I enjoy. I used to watch cooking show. I'm not doing anything. I'm making tacos. Um, Hey, Sophia. I'm so excited that you're stopping by. Hey, hi. He's also out together all the time, and um, but she's actually met on TikTok. That she, I used to live kind of on about 9 hours from me now, but and I'm in Mexico, so we both back to where she was from, though. I grew up all town Ohio and the dairy farms, so I am really far away from where I grew up. I'm not sure about the mic. Oh, is it? It's the yeah, the condenser mic. The one that it's coming from.
Let's try that one.
So this is always a work in progress. We still have not perfected this. 8 bits device who is helping me out today. He's one reason why I'm out here in New Mexico. And we've gotten a streaming setup we're trying to get going. You should see the apartment. Got wires everywhere. He's gonna stream out in his garage, doing an oil change on the Jeep and checking to find out where oil leak was coming from. Again, the mic and stuff, just different things, was kind of sketchy, but you know, we gotta play with things and figure it out. And so let's see. Is the sound coming through now? Okay. Sometimes when we unplug something, it switches it to a different mic. And the camera mics are not very good. A lot of background noise. That would be the birds. Unfortunately, we have not figured out how to make them quiet.
It's picking up all the noise.
All the noise. Oh.
That's why we probably should have just done your thing.
Yeah, I was trying to do AirPods, and then for some reason it stopped connected. It would have picked them up as an audio source.
Alright, so let me fix this. Hold on. Switch that.
It's probably picking up the vent above me too.
Yeah. It's picking all of it up. Alright.
Okay, well, anyways, again, I'm going to make tacos, traditional way I grew up making tacos, and then I'm also going to be making Spanish rice. The recipe is a new recipe for me. A friend of ours here made it, and I really liked it, and he sent me the recipe. So a lot of times I just, just the prep work and stuff like that. I actually did not wash my
All right, go ahead.
So I'm gonna pick up water noise as I'm washing my vegetables off. So tacos to me is just something easy. I enjoy tacos. Thank you. Yeah, it keeps growing. We have a pole with wires all the way to the kitchen. We ordered a bunch of 10-foot, David's ordered a bunch of 10-foot USB cables. And, yeah. So it's something we're growing. We actually want to get into doing it more and more. And just kind of become variety streamers. So anything from gaming to just chatting in the morning, having coffee, me with my decaf coffee and him with his Death Wish coffee. So, yeah, it's exciting and fun. I enjoy doing it. And again, like I said, this is something I always dreamed of doing, is doing a cooking show. So now I'm doing it.
Yeah, you can, talk about the different cameras and the setup and.
Yeah, so we have
Why justice?
multiple types of cameras going.
Ignore the bird.
Yeah. Multiple types of cameras. We have Logitech webcams, and then we have some other off-brand cameras. Things like that. I know this morning when I turned my computer on, because it had everything hooked into it, it took me a while to connect. Because, I guess it was like, what in the world are you doing? All these wires connected. We have
Arlen.
oh, so the sound is getting better. Okay. So we have, yes, he's very supportive. So the birds that you hear, we have a parrot. She's the very noisy one. And then an Indian ringneck, who also is noisy. But the Quaker parrot just chatters constantly. She is always running around, chatting, talking, says things like, what are you doing? She's very busy. She goes tweet tweet. At night, whenever I'm trying to get in her cage, she's like, night night. She says loudly over and over again. So, here, trying to get my stuff out so it looks nice. Yeah, I do not make gourmet style tacos. If I want gourmet style, I'm gonna go to a restaurant that sells really good gourmet style tacos. And there is one in the Cincinnati area. It's called Agave and Rye. So if you're ever in Cincinnati, you need to look them up. There's one on the Kentucky side of the river, and then there's one on the Ohio side, but it's further north. It's up towards Liberty Township. It's absolutely amazing. Very good. They even have tacos, I believe, that have kangaroo meat. I have not tried those. I have not been interested in trying any exotic meats. When it comes to meat, I'm pretty basic. I like my beef and my chicken, fish. I think they're competing with me talking.
They think you're talking to her.
Yeah, they're joining in on the stream. I don't know, whenever I was a kid, I would help my mom cut up stuff. Invariably, she would give me the onions to cut up. Probably because she didn't want to cut the onion. So I would cut the onion. And of course, you know, the tears would be rolling down my face. I think some of my very favorite memories, somehow growing up, really happened to end up having my family stay with us for a while. We were kind of displaced, needed some help, and my parents were always welcoming to other people. And they came and lived with us. And yes, that would be fun. Once I get to affiliate, I think then I can do dual lives. Right now, I'm not quite there yet. I tried to look up to see if I could, and I didn't see the option. So definitely, I'd love to dual game with you too sometime. But anyways, this family that stayed with us, we had a house that had originally been a doctor's house. His doctor's office was in the lower part of the house. So we had kind of extra space that we used more for, say, storage, or there was a sewing room. I think there was, like, the waiting room of the office was the TV room that we had. So it was kind of a neat house to grow up in. When we were little, we would turn all the lights off down in that part and then play hide and seek. I can't say I necessarily liked the lights being turned off. I was very afraid of the dark, but my siblings were down there. There was 5 of us. It was always great. So they lived with us, and I remember they made tacos with us, and they introduced a new taco to us, the taco shell. So they would take a flour tortilla and put a little skim of oil in a pan and fry the tortilla and then pour it into a taco. And ever since then, that's my favorite way of having a taco instead of the hard taco shells that fall apart on you. Every once in a while, I don't mind a hard taco shell, but I just really prefer my flour tortillas fried. And I actually, interestingly enough, ran into somebody through Stream who was gaming, and I forget what game he was playing, and he happened to be from Cincinnati, and we were talking about food, and I said, oh yeah, and he's like, okay, so how do you like your shells? Do you like hard shells or soft shells? I said, I like the flour tortilla, and I like to fry it, and I learned to do that in Ohio. So he's like, what? I'm from Ohio. So we got talking about frying the flour tortillas, and then the whole stream, all the chatters were like, oh, that's why I fry flour tortillas too. That's how I have my tacos. So I really didn't think that many people did it until I came across that stream and found other like-minded flour tortilla frying people. So that made me happy. I'm going to cut up all of this onion because I know I'm going to need it for my my Spanish rice. So, Sophia, or anyone out there, what are some favorite foods you like to mix? I grew up a lot on like meat potatoes type of food. Hello, Applesole Gaming. Thank you. Applesole Gaming is one of our sponsors. They run Applesole Gaming runs a couple 7-day supply servers, and we stream on those servers. Thank you, 8-Bit. Always my biggest supporter. I'm just chopping. I don't know what chopping. I'm just chopping stuff. I'm chopping the rest of this A lot of meat and potatoes. My mom was a big gardener. We always had a huge garden, and there was a couple years that we had a lot that we could use. It was an acre lot, and we had almost the entire acre was the garden. Now, mind you, a lot of that was corn. I think my dad planted half of that with corn. My grandparents had a farm, a dairy farm, that they weren't actively using for dairy at that time, but there was still farm equipment, so he could easily plow the field, plow up the whole lot, and then plant a lot of corn. And then we had this huge garden. And my mom was one who would read gardening magazines, and she would get different ideas on how to garden. And this particular year, she did patchwork plots. And so she turned and I couldn't tell you the dimensions, but they were like little patchwork, little plots. And like the road would be turned one way, and then the other one would be turned the other way, like that. And we went every Monday and weeded the entire garden. And they would come back throughout the week to weed it. I'm trying to think how far away that garden was from us. It was probably about 8 miles away, something like that, because it was in the town where my grandparents' farm was. A little town called Conotton, Ohio. I don't know if you've ever heard of Philadelphia, Dover. I grew up in that area. So we would go every Monday, weed the garden, and there was people that had that lived right by where we had the garden. And he would come and talk to my mom every time, and he would actually, if he had guests that stopped by, or anybody that stopped by, he was always bringing them to the garden and showing them our garden because it looked so nice. But because my mom had such a large garden, we would have to then pick and harvest everything. And then she had this huge canning setup. We would make tomato sauce. She made homemade ketchup, green beans, lima beans, corn, kidney beans, applesauce. We would go to orchards and pick applesauce. She made grape juice. We would go pick grapes somewhere. She just did everything. Growing up, I didn't know what canned goods from the store tasted like. So it was very, very interesting growing up that way. I think, in my opinion, kids miss out on some of that stuff now because everything is there's so many conveniences that we depend on, but they don't realize that small farmers or the farmers that provide our produce, we eat them. So I always like if I can find a good farmer's market to go there because I'm supporting, say, a small business. And a lot of times the produce that you get is a lot better. I need another bowl of these onions in because onions are my spinach fries. So and some garlic. I have my little garlic saver. I have a lot of things that my mom had. It's kind of funny. It's old Tupperware things that she had that are still in good shape, like probably 30 years old.
Always adjust.
Yep. Someday we'll just have a big crew that handles all that
Handles
stuff
all
for
of it?
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey folks, I'm 8 bits of bite. I'm just adjusting her.
Yeah, he comes in and tweaks the mic and moves things and all that Star
Yeah,
Wars.
it's D&D, but in the Star Wars universe.
Yes, it's D&D in the Star Wars universe. And his Twitch name is the Geek Omega, and it's fun, really fun to watch them. They look like they have a good time. He has a dream of having a house that is just all set up for streaming, having different rooms for set up with basically streaming sets. I know I'm not talking this the right way, but that's okay because I have nipped my fingers so many times. I need to get, I see this ad for this little metal thing that goes over your fingers and you hold it and then you don't actually cut your fingers. Maybe I'll see one of those in the store and get it, or maybe look on Amazon. So, and in my book, you can never have too much garlic. I love garlic. It just adds such great flavor. The garlic saver does work well, but there are just a little bit hard. So, on to some more stories. Let's see, what else can I tell you? At one point, my dad was trying to get the dairy farm started back up. And they were ready to start reading the emails. So that then after they have their calves, of course, then you have dairy, then your dairy cows are ready. And then you have to basically go through a testing process. They come in and evaluate the cows, the milk, and your setup, and see if you qualify for a dairy setup, so that they can come. The big dairy truck would come out and collect the milk that you had gotten from the cows. It's quite the process, but we enjoyed it. We bought. Excuse me. My dad had. Would go find people who were selling calves, and he would buy calves. I'm sure he was probably looking for a specific type.
Water?
I've got one right here. Excuse me. But so yeah, he would have dairy. He would buy little baby calves, and then he would find one that he thought was good, and he'd be like, okay, this is your cow. This is yours. And he would name it. Mine was named Ohio. I never could pick it out of all of the ones because I'm like, what does it mean it's Ohio? I mean, it had a thing on the back, like its fur, black and white, so part of it looked like the state of Ohio, apparently. I was too young to really pick up on that. But it was fun. We would get the calves out and put a little twine rope around their neck and like lead them around, and they would hop around. It was absolutely hilarious. Because they didn't know what to do. They're like, "What do we do? We're out of our enclosure." But yeah, once we almost were ready to start breeding the cows, and my grandmother decided she wanted to sell the farm because my grandfather was no longer living. She had actually remarried. And they just didn't want to deal, and I understand.
I just pointed out the horde cutting board.
Oh, Sophia, is that a horde? Yes, that is a horde cutting board. Yes. Yes, I actually, somebody, my kids was going, the dive coach. First, they kind of had little side business. And, I'll pull this off. They decide. I know. Look at this. See, we got both. We have both of them. I just switch it whenever I need to. So it's got the Alliance on one side, and it's got the Horde on the other. So don't worry, we've got both factions covered. Okay, so now until somebody says, We have to change it to the Horde. We'll leave it on the Alliance for you. How's that sound? We knew somebody was going to say something. We're like, just wait. Someone's going to notice the cutting board. But yeah, that's a bamboo cutting board. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I got them the graphic. And I said, can you make me a cutting board with one side the Alliance and the other side the Horde? So that I can be I can make whoever needs to feel comfortable with whatever faction they want on here. Okay, I think this is garlic. I'm just so, my hands are gonna smell like onions and garlic. Let's see. I can't tell. Like my thing doesn't show me. I don't know how many people are watching, but if you're out there and you want to chat, go ahead and say hi. Tell me who you are. And if so, I don't know if my sister is watching or not. One of my sisters, I had messaged them. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do a cooking show. You should watch. And so I sent the link, and not everybody understands technology and things like that, and that's okay. So she was saying something about stupid again. Because you're talking on Twitch TV, you know I'm technologically stupid, right? And my response, not to the technologically stupid side, but to the Twitch TV part, was yes. Laugh out loud. That was because you're not supposed to agree with me. I wasn't agreeing with her. I don't think she's stupid. She's an amazing mom. She's an amazing grandma. She's an amazing cook. She should do a cooking show. But anyways, so no, she's not stupid. I was just agreeing with yes. Twitch TV is where we're going. Thank you, Na0115 for following. Anyways, so yeah, the dairy farm, that was fun. We never got to do it, but it would have been fun. If you don't mind, I'm gonna have a little bit of chips and salsa while I. So a little fun fact about New Mexico, or Albuquerque specifically. It's the chili capital of the world, like the chili peppers. And if you go into a restaurant, most of the items come with chilies, and they'll get either red or green, or you can have both and pick on Christmas. Sometimes I get the chilies, and sometimes I'm thinking to put them on the side because, oh no, the sound's quieter on your computer.
I just adjusted it again, so
Okay.
we'll see if it works.
You turned it up a little bit more, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, green chilies. So I was gonna add some green chilies, or if Vince wants to put green chilies on his tacos, he can. Sometimes I want the heat, and other times I don't, because sometimes it's a little too much. Anyways, I'm going to, I don't think I need another tomato. I know what it's selling all the onions and stuff. So, let's see. What else can we talk about? Anybody have any questions for me? No, you're fine. It does help because I don't know what other people are hearing. And you know, something I found, because I kept thinking other streamers were really quiet, and I went into the what she does those 30-minute meals. I'm just gonna hang out for a couple hours and cook, so I'm taking my time. Some of my ingredients, okay, like I said, these are not gourmet and I'm not doing anything very special. I use regular taco seasoning. I could make up my own taco seasoning and I should, but I picked this up from the store because it's just easy. And it's basically the way we grew up making them. Alright. I am going to get my ground beef out. I tend to like to buy lean ground beef because the stuff meat anymore has so much fat in it that you don't get much meat. So this is ground beef. And I like this is a Paper Chef tool. I am not getting paid by anybody to use their stuff or anything, so just know that. This is just stuff I have. I bought this. I love it for grinding up. I like my ground beef chopped up pretty good. So as it cooks, I do this, and it just helps it cook more evenly. So another little item, you can see this right here. This is very old. This is an old Tupperware. My mom had this. And it's, to keep your stove, put your dirty spoons on when you're cooking. And, yeah, it's, I don't know, 30 plus years old. Could be 35 years old. It's hard to say. This stuff lasts forever. It just never ruins. Let's see, what else do I have? This also was an old Tupperware. And there's a lid that goes on it. I still have the lid. My mom had this also. If it's not broken, don't replace it. So hopefully the mic is going to pick up. I'll try to remember to talk loud enough when I'm over here. I tend to forget and then I get quiet. I'm not going to try to remember to talk loud.
but I have like background noise.
Just like a humming sound. Yeah.
I'm gonna try some noise gate stuff.
Okay. I know I pick up a lot of
Oh, the delivery.
delivery. Here is the amount. You know, it's one of these recipes where they tell the whole story first, kind of like how I'm doing. I'm telling you my story. And I'm trying to see where the amounts are. Here's right here. Actual recipe is what I need. Where's that? Alright. Well, that's funny. I mean, I know I'm gonna brown the rice first. Let me go and get that started. It's just using olive oil. So I have an unofficial gate in front of the kitchen because Sophie likes to come into the kitchen when I'm cooking. And she's laying outside. It's a ladder. It's like a step ladder. And she's laying there, and she kind of gets a little whine every once in a while because she doesn't like being in the middle of everything. So, this has the ingredient list. I'm gonna do a cup of rice. Now this is a new recipe, like I said, so I'm gonna pull it out a little bit. I love rice where we have to toast it a little bit first. Just kind of adds a nice little flavor. Got a texture, flavor, all that stuff in it.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm cooking.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to
It's hard.
I got rid of some of the background noise.
Okay.
So I'll just speak up.
Yeah.
It should echo around and this will pick it up.
I need to talk louder.
Yep.
I need my stove to be right here.
Yeah, unless you want to try a headset or something.
I mean, we could. So I got my rice. I got chopped onion. So I heat the oil. So the rice looks slightly brown. And then once the rice is slightly brown, I'm going to put the onion in. Toasting the rice a little bit. Once this starts browning, it generally kind of browns pretty quick. I love spinach. Like the tomato sauce. I only had not a big can of tomato sauce. I should have gotten a small can because I only need some of this. I'm gonna take some of these onions from here. A lot. I mean, Spanish rice. Doesn't take long for the onions to start getting translucent. So this is I need some water. So typically, if you do 1 cup of rice, you need 2 cups of water. I may not need that much just because I have the tomato sauce that I'm putting in there. Usually, if I'm in the kitchen, there's a perch that sits on the little counter right here, and there's a perch that sits, and Beaker likes to sit on the perch and lean she'll lean, one of the little branches that come off of it, and lean way over to see if I'm cutting her up apples. She loves apples. Recipes will call for you putting garlic in pretty quick, pretty early on. I kind of like to wait because if you burn the garlic when you're sauteing stuff in a pan, it's a very bitter taste. So I like to pull back a little bit on that one. And I did turn this off because it was sizzling so much. I didn't want to over brown my rice. Alright, so now I've got this turned back on. I need to put, what goes next? So it calls for, I don't usually use bouillon cubes. I'm going to use 1 because they are very salty. I think it calls for like 2. I'm just going to put 1 in, just because it does add a little bit of flavor. Bring that to a boil. I'm going to put a little bit of tomato sauce in here. And I didn't add any salt because of the bouillon cube. I don't want to over salt it. Let's see. It's going to come. So it'll go to a boil, and once it does that, I'm going to turn it down. And cover it and let it simmer for just 10 minutes. I never had rice take just 10 minutes. It usually takes 18 to 20 minutes for rice to cook all the way, but we'll see. We'll see if they're correct. Turn it up to boil it. and let it simmer.
I'm still playing with the sound. I'm gonna order us you a mic
Oh,
that'll attach right here,
okay. That'll
and
work.
then it'll be Bluetooth, so it'll connect to the next piece.
Ah, yeah.
But I don't know if you want to try a headset or not.
Okay, we got this to a good boil. I'm going to cover and turn it down so it simmers. And my meat is browned. And it's only a pound. A lot of times when I do tacos, I like to do 2 pounds of meat. And for some reason I only bought 1. But I like doing 2 pounds because then there are leftovers. Nothing like having leftover tacos. I didn't believe them. Let's see. Forget where I put this. They have to eyeball it. You hear the pew 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 from Arlen? She's always shooting stuff with her laser gun. So, let's see. I pour some water and of course it was just eyeball this. That should be good. And I need. I never use the correct measuring cups. I just use a cup, and then I just kind of eyeball it. It looks like about 3/4 of a cup. A lot of times, people ask me for a recipe, and I'm like, well, I just kind of threw it together. I don't always follow a recipe very well. I tend to tweak them and change them. Alright, we're gonna let that simmer. The lard after it swirls down. Somebody's not happy. Alright. Yeah, I will send you this recipe for the rice. I don't know, they don't have exact amounts on here. But yep, I will send this recipe to you. I'm actually doing it right now. There you go. And maybe what I'll do later is I will add this recipe into the about section on my screen. So I don't have these peppers, and I don't really need to. I was gonna just slice them up to have for munching on later. So Sophia has a really fun TikTok. She does a lot of different stuff. I never quite got, I have a TikTok and I posted videos. I never stick with one kind of thing. I think it's a problem. I don't have a specific platform. I do anything from cute stuff to just random things that I talk about to, I posted a few things with my role-playing outfit. I have an elf costume, not a Christmas elf, mind you. This is like an elven thing, Lord of the Rings, World of Warcraft, fantasy elf. is an elf ranger. So one of the really, really cool things, oh, you are welcome, Sophia. I'm so happy to share recipes. I love them. If people want to try them, they look good. A really cool thing is 8 Bits of Bite does leather work. And I think I jokingly said something that he was going to have to make me a quiver for my arrows to go along with a bow that I needed to get. And he made me a quiver. It's really cool. So I know there is a link in the About section on my Twitch TV that has a link to his Instagram. It is Dugan's _Leathercraft. So that is kind of a sponsor. It is a sponsor. Dugan's Leathercraft sponsors me for things like that. He is also working with the Geek Omega on, he made a dice rolling tray, a leather dice rolling tray, and it's really cool. It has these cups for like shaking the dice and rolling them that go with it. It kind of goes on the end, and then there is a harness strap thing that goes on that you can carry. So it's almost contained. You keep your dice in there, you roll the tray up, there's snaps so that the tray gets folded up into like a tray with sides. It's really cool. You need to go check it out. I know that's on his Instagram also. It's very, I was just fascinated sitting there watching him do it. And it takes hours. It's a lot of time to put into that. Alright. That is getting, but let me take a peek at my rice. I know you're not supposed to, we just need to make sure you can turn it down just a little bit. I didn't set a timer, but I did look at the time whenever I was kind of doing that. So we probably have another 10 minutes on the rice. Like I said, they said 10 minutes. It's never 10 minutes. It's always like 18 to 20, or even longer. Okay, I got that. I'm gonna chop up some lettuce. My ladder. Nope, they're not coming in here. I just have to move this 1 minute so I can open the fridge all the way to get my lettuce out. So it's like, yay, she opened it. I don't like it. I think I scared her. She walked away. I just have regular iceberg lettuce.
Sophia.
Lettuce, you can use romaine.
Sophie.
You can use any kind of lettuce you want. No, Sophie. You gotta go. You think I was doing this? So Sophie, my dog, is a German Shepherd Australian Shepherd mix. She loves belly rubs. She loves treats. Let's see. Some of my stuff is still in storage. And I like using, I have a plastic lettuce knife. Because once you cut into lettuce with a metal knife, it can get like, it looks rusted on the lettuce. So I like using a plastic knife. It's a knife specifically for cutting lettuce. But here's what I'll do, is I'll just tear some of this off of here. And cut it up. So something fun I've been doing whenever I'm shooting games you're streaming. So basically, whenever you go in, if you use Twitch Studio, whatever you're using for streaming, you use, so the camera you're going to pick is Snap Camera. As long as the app is turned on. So you would have to go into where your apps are and click on it so that it's running. I found they had a couple zombie filters. So the other night while I was streaming 7 Days to Die, I used the zombie filters. It was a lot of fun. People were commenting on it. It was. I tried doing zombie makeup once, and I need to get actual makeup that I can do zombie makeup to make it look better. And then I've also done my elf costume. When I was playing World of Warcraft, I started. If you know anything about World of Warcraft, you know there tends to be people who are alt-aholics. In other words, so you have your main character or characters. You have a few main characters, and then you have ones that you just start because you wanted to start a new character, and you may or may not finish leveling that tune. And I do that, and I started an elf hunter because I wanted to make another. I wanted to start fresh. I enjoy the beginning starting areas. I have fun with that, and I like the old content. I struggle with the old content in the classic side of the game because I did not start during classic. So maybe I don't appreciate it as much, and it gets kind of tedious for me, and so I don't enjoy it as much. Let me check this over here. It's looking good. I didn't grind it up as much as I wanted to because I wasn't washing it as well. But my rice is actually starting to look delicious. I don't know where that milk comes from. Get a chunk. I might need a little bit more. I'm gonna put some more tomato sauce in here. Just a little more moisture. I know I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm stirring my rice. You're not supposed to stir it until it's done, right? I should throw a few green chilies in the rice, huh? Okay. This still needs to cook longer. Definitely, the rice is not done. Neat. It's simmering. I'm just gonna let it sit there. Actually turn it off. I'm gonna have to get a pan out. So, okay, stuff. This is what I got. My flour tortillas. Like I said, I fry them. So whenever you fry them, I'll show you what I do, but I'll just tell you now. I just take a little bit of oil, kind of just a thin layer in the bottom of the pan, heat it so that it's, when you lay this in there, it's gonna fry. Because if you don't have oil heated high enough, then whatever you're trying to fry just absorbs the oil. It still gets some of it in there just because it's a flour tortilla. They absorb the oil. But if you get the temperature just right, and the oil's too thin, you can't measure the temperature. But I try to get it right. Sometimes I'll take a tiny piece off and throw it in there to see if it starts sizzling, so that I know that I've got the temperature fairly right. I am going to get my can opener. So whenever I came to Albuquerque, I did unpack some of my things and I rearranged the kitchen so that 8 Bits had to search for things in his kitchen. Oh yeah, thank you, RMcMe. I'm sorry. I know this is hard. We're trying to do this. We're probably gonna have to tweak some things so that we get a better mic system for whenever I'm doing things like this.
Maybe. Hold on, let me switch.
All right, I've got 8 bits on it. Just checking it out. Oh, you were just really loud. So the mic is, I bet, it's picking up over there somewhere. Now I'm good. Okay. So it's picking me up now? Yeah. Much better. Thank you. It's so hard. Like cuz I don't have a headset, I can't hear feedback on the headset to know if I'm on or not. So we have so many sound sources whenever you have cameras. I kind of wish webcams would not have a mic on them, or maybe find a webcam that doesn't have a mic because they switch the sounds over. All right. Now that you can hear better, I've got some green chilies. Those are going to put them on rice. They can go on the tacos. Um, so tell me, in chat, because I can see chat, do how do you build your tacos? So what all do you all put on tacos? I do things similar, or if you build it differently, maybe I can get some good ideas on what you do. I'll tell you what I do is like I said, I fry my tacos. I I put meat on it. Um Sometimes I put sour cream. I fiddle around with where I put the sour cream. Sometimes I put the sour cream on top of everything, but I put tomatoes, onion. I chopped up some red bell pepper just to add a little flavor, and I have chopped iceberg lettuce. Then I put uh sour cream, and usually I will get like a Mexican mix or cheddar cheese. I thought that's what I had, and I back shredded cheese. So we'll go with that. I like cheddar cheese better because it's I grew up with. Um, of course, when I grew up, we did not have couldn't buy shredded cheese. Again, that was usually one of us helping our mom in the kitchen and tacos. Making your own tortillas is awesome. My sister and her husband back in the Cincinnati area, they do a taco night, and it's huge. They make homemade tortillas. Um, Everything is made from scratch, pretty much. We make a queso. Excuse me. It's a big event. It's so much fun. Um, yeah, enjoy doing that. Let's see. All right, I got all my stuff cut up. That's all ready to go. I'm rice to finish this because I a little more water. Will help. I'm going to a little bit. Are we are? Not bad. It's actually getting pretty close. We're almost done with the rice. Feel like it needs more flavor. Salt in it. The bouillon. I did. Pepper. It's solid, but Oh,
Sure.
okay, it's hard to pick. Okay,
Talking it.
got it. Okay. All right. I can't talk with my back to you. Turn the volume up. Yeah. Um. Okay. So, rice is almost done. The meat is gonna get a pan out. My tortillas in. I like to use the big burner so that it covers the whole bottom of the pan. This isn't one of my favorite pans because um, the handle is kind of heavier than the pan, or it weights it down, so it's not level or something is off with it. So I use just canola oil or vegetable oil, whatever your favorite is. So I just like add a little bit of oil like that. Start heating up. I'm so happy you are hanging out with me today. This is fun. Um, and cooking is something I enjoy. Um, to pick one of those. Oh, those. Yeah, the Mike. Talking about the Mike R. McNee. Yeah. Yep. Hopefully, we'll have next time. We'll have a like that flips. It'll be easier that way. Whenever I move around. All right. Get a plate out. Oh, that would be fun. Barbecue on stream. I will definitely have to check that out. I always have my paper towel so that and if there's any excess grease that drips off of the tortillas, then I put on the paper towel. So let's see. About ready. Should pretty. I use forks. My just know when you pour oil in a pan, as the oil heats up, it actually thins out, so it feels like a lot more oil. So I probably could have put less in the pan. Because it. Oh, is it looking at my head? Here. Better now? No? Okay. Alright. Just with the camera. Did it mess it up? Okay. I'll stay in the side. Alright. So I hold my tortillas like this. This is a work in progress. Get it?
Yeah.
Yep, we'll do all kinds. Oh, it's a tortilla. Ever had a fried bread? No, I've never had a fried bread taco. I think it would be. Sounds like it would be thick. Good. Kind of like naan bread, those. That would kind of remind me of like a gordita, but thicker. Taco Bell has. So again, this is something I grew up. This is how we made tacos from a thing that stayed with us. Um, oh, fry bread dough. Oil cools down in between. I put a new in it. Is so something if you want to make homemade tortillas, a good idea. A they have electric ones where you dip it in over, and it's easy to get them off. I've made them in a pan before. It's really hard making them. Right, and but yeah, I like making. I would have done homemade, but I didn't want to do that on a little bit more. Oil is frying as well. Fry bread dough. I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds really good. Um, I bet like spring rolls would be good too. Um, using spring roll and your taco meat side of it, that would be really. Now I'm getting ideas. All right, let's try another one. Let's see if I'm right this time. I need a cast iron skillet to do this better because that's what it means. So rice is here. Try this for now. I don't know if you can hear the bird in the background. I think that is Beaker.
Yeah.
Not happy. They like to be out of their cage.
we keep them out most of the time, but during something like this, she likes to come into the kitchen, and it's just you don't want an animal flying around, a bird flying around. Wants to beg for apples and get involved. Almost done. So, living here in New Mexico, in this area, there's a lot of we have a lot of Hispanic, Latin people, friends of ours. We've gone over and had dinner at their place in Fix, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Basically, it's like pork rind, but they fry it out like over. Um, I think they probably use propane, but it's out. She cooked it outside, and they fry it in oil, and it takes I don't know about 30 minutes to fry it, but it's so good. It tastes really good. Somebody may I just somebody may know the name of it. Now it's wet. Uh-oh. This is what I was looking for. Getting a little bit of sizzle on there. Throw it in there. Generally, I'll start poking a little hole so the section over, flip it. Always so. I love tacos. I could eat tacos all the time. There we go. So the taco place in Cincinnati that I would go to, Agave and Rye. Like I said, there are more. I guess you could probably call them gourmet tacos. They you could order so many ways. They would put bacon in. They would use I forget the but what's that? It was really good. They had all kinds of. So this is how I make my is probably gonna have to pick up taco and get probably hungry. All right, let me sour cream. Ladder keeps fridge door. All right. Plate. Okay.
Cutting it.
Is it cutting in
Every
and
time
out?
you turn, you're
Oh
still talking.
no. Yeah, I just always use sour cream. I know I've thought of using Greek yogurt, but to me, I think I would not like it because it would have a completely different taste. Tacos. Try to get globs of the green chili. There's a burger place right up the road that has taco burgers. They put green chilies on them, so it's basically tacos in a they soft tortilla. Like I said, I got Colby Jack instead of cheddar. Oh, I forgot. Cream on. May need a fork to go along with the fork and a napkin. Here's the tacos. Oh, rice. Rice here. Not on that plate. Rice. Thing. I bet he can in a bowl. Try this rice. Tried it earlier. It didn't have the same flavor from what I had. I'm not sure exactly. There's different ways you can make the recipe. It even says use this or this. Bad. I prefer things with not as salty as some things. So this rice there. So I had fun with this today. This was fun. I enjoy cooking, and I like sharing cooking. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I can't wait to eat it. Do I have to wait till let's see 3 o'clock till I can eat, huh? Or should I just eat on stream? make me a taco. I can do that whole cooking thing, like really, like do the yum yum sounds. Yeah. Yep. All right. All right. I'm gonna put my sour cream down below here, where it's gonna stick a little better. Nose. Got to put a little bit of onion. I'm not gonna do the green chilies because you don't need to see me sweating on here. All right, I got my taco. See if I can this grease. Let me get a drink first. course, the trick is biting the side and getting all of it. Yes, I know. I would watch cooking shows and I would be like, "Oh, that looks so good." Um, and I wasn't there to try it out. So yeah, sorry, you all get to watch me eat taco. Yeah, the trick is to get all the layers in there. We'll see if I can do that. Hmm. Okay, that's good. I enjoy food. Put some rice on my Spanish rice. If you like it saltier, or you could add. I put one bouillon cube in it. You could put two. You could also use chicken broth instead of water. Um, I might even find some seasoning to add to it. Just throw like a little bit. Um, Thank you, Sophia. I'm so glad that you came by. Um, yes, we will have to do a cooking stream together sometime. That will be fun. A viewer audience, that would be fun. We can invite some friends over. I can cook, and you all can watch them eat the food. That would be great. Come to our set, our cooking show. We'll feed you. I'm so happy you came, Sophie. That made me very happy. I don't know who else is out there. If my sisters are watching, hello. Um, all of you are good cooks. Um, my youngest sister, she can cook. She just doesn't cook as much. Her husband likes to cook, so he cooks. Um, our mom was a big cook, so we all learned from her. Although I remember when I was a kid or younger, teenager, my dad would always tell me, "You need to get in the kitchen and watch how your mom bakes pies." Well, the problem was is my mom, like me, would just throw stuff together. And I'm like, "Dad, how am I going to? I don't know how much of anything because she just guesses on everything." And of course, it always turned out amazing. My mom was amazing at making pies. So many good memories in the Christmas cookie. We baked so many Christmas cookies and then we would give them away. And we'd eat a bunch of them too. Sophie, do you want everybody to see if I can turn? Okay, sorry. I'm gonna turn this. Hopefully, you guys can. There's Sophie. Showing her down. Here.
Yeah.
Say hi, Sophie. She's like, "Give me food." I'm sorry. Not this food. All right. Any questions? Any suggestions for further stream? Food you want to see me cook? I'm probably. I may start doing this weekly. Maybe just every week I'll do a cooking show.
Of the
Yeah. Oh, nice. Wireless mics look good. Well, I'm pretty much done unless somebody has questions. I feel kind of bad eating. um, but anyways, thank you so much for coming by, and we do this again. Check my schedule to see what streams I'll be doing. Most of them are gaming streams, but I'll be throwing in some morning coffee, which for me that's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Like some morning chats, maybe times a week, because he's on a second shift schedule, so we don't get up early because. Anyways, thank you